Hey there guys, this is Roy Art. It's another tutorial for you. So this time we're gonna actually paint an eye. Um, so I didn't want to pick something normal, I guess. I like painting, cool, interesting stuff, so I kind of chose something dark. Um, I'm sure you guys will see it in the thumbnail. But it's kind of like, going off of my last one, which we painted like a vampire lips with the vampire fangs. So I figured, we'd continue with that and paint a vampire eye, for example. So as you guys can see, quickly just sketching in that eye. And like I said, you can do that with your brush. You don't need a pencil. You can just do it really quick. It'll take seconds. I mean, obviously this is sped up, but you can do it just as fast, honestly. Try not to think about it, because honestly, the more thought you put into sketching out something, that it's just gonna stress you out, and you're more than likely to screw it up, and you're gonna be worrying about proportions and whatnot. Just try to get it in there quickly, and once you have it sketched in, then you can come back later and try to adjust it and whatnot. So as you guys can see, I've sketched in the eye, and immediately I'm beginning to fill it in with the colors that I want and the details. And if I see something off, like see right there, like I made it too dark in that area. So immediately I'm blending in with the red, just to tone it down a little bit, because I don't want it to be like a dark color in that corner of the eye there. And of course, I've already pre-mixed all my colors before starting on this, which is something I recommend you guys doing, so you're not, mixing your colors from scratch as you're painting, because it can be a little distracting. So it's good to have all your colors ready to go when you start the actual painting process here. And I didn't make a video about it. Like I know I made a video about mixing my colors for the last painting I did, which was the vampire lips with fangs. I did make a mixing video on that, on how I mix those colors. This one was fairly simple. It's just a couple shades of purple and a few shades of red. So it didn't really take me that much time. But if you guys want, I mean, I don't mind making a video for every portrait that I do or tutorial. Like I don't mind doing that. But if you guys really want to see that and get more practice out of it, out of watching me mix colors, I can do that for you. That's not an issue. You can let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. And as you can see here, I'm kind of like softening the colors a little bit. Those little edges, just making it a little softer. Because if you look at a photo of an eye, there's going to be shadow because of the eyelid and whatnot. So that's kind of like what I'm trying to create there. And again, I'm kind of pushing the lines a little bit just to fix my initial sketch as well, just to make it look a little cleaner. And right here, I start to add these little veins in the eye. I don't usually do that, but for this painting, since I'm painting, an eye so large, when you're painting something large like this, I mean, it's good to have as much detail as possible because it's large. So it looks better when it has a lot of detail. Obviously, if you're painting a smaller eye, it wouldn't really matter if you added all this stuff because it's just, it's difficult to put in and it's going to be harder to see. But here it's just very simple. I'm actually using the same brush for this whole painting. I'm not switching brushes. It's the same brush. I just wipe it off on a piece of tissue and pick up another color and just, keep going. And honestly, I don't see many artists doing this type of thing, but for me, I like using the same brush just because I can just work faster instead of, having to switch brushes for different colors. It's kind of annoying for me. Yeah, so just with my style, I just like using that one brush, which sometimes it can cause issues because you might have one color in the brush, which actually it happens here. But I don't know. I screwed that up because I was trying to rush. You'll see here with the eyebrows that I make a mess basically in the area of the eyebrows. So in this, I shouldn't have done this right here. So this is the area where the eyebrows are supposed to go. I shouldn't have just painted the whole surface like that. I should have put in the eyebrows first and then went in there with the lighter colors, because you're going to see the color the darker color that I put over the lighter color, they start to mix, and you're going to get this milky color that just doesn't work. So I actually end up taking the brush and just wiping that area and just going over it. But it's good, it's good that this happens so you guys can see that how I fix it, and even though like I've been painting for years, I still make mistakes, and you learn from it, so it's good. But the mistakes are good to be caught on video like this so you guys can see it, because you're gonna make them, and you need to see how to deal with it. And people get scared because it's paint. You can't erase it, but you can just wipe it off, and go over it and start over. So it's not a big deal. It's actually easier, I would say, than working with graphite or whatever. And here, yeah, so once I fix the eyebrows, the single eyebrow, I should say, now we're going to add some highlights. Now, the highlights are extremely important in anything, really, in any kind of painting, because that's what, brings out the painting, makes it look more realistic. As you can see, it's already beginning to look more realistic as I'm adding those highlights. Because the eye, it has a lot of wet areas, so you need to show that. And the most important one, of course, most important highlight is the one right in the iris. It's going to be like a big blob. Yep, the one that I'm adding right now, a big blob of white right there. And that just makes the eye just come alive, almost as if it's staring at you, into your soul. But yeah, I quickly add those in there. I always love doing that's like one of my favorite parts of any of the painting is adding in those highlights because it just brings the painting to life. And here we're starting on the skin tone for the rest of the face. So this one's fairly easy. I just, stuck with that purple, and I think I had like maybe 2 or 3 shades of that purple. So I just used that to, paint out the skin. And I added this here. It's kind of fun. I wanted to have like a little teardrop or make it look like it was crying. But I decided to just throw that in there just to be different from all the other eye tutorials on YouTube here. Just because if you look up, any eye tutorials, they're all just generic, kind of just boring eyes, I guess. And I just found that to be kind of lame. Nobody wanted to go outside, outside of this painting thing here. So, and I just decided to, do something different. So this is pretty fun. And I'm kind of, you can look at all my other paintings. I don't like doing generic stuff. So I just want to, keep it fun. And I hope you guys do enjoy that I'm picking a subject like this. Next, I'm probably going to do like a nose, maybe. So look forward for that on my channel. I don't know. I'll probably find something weird and paint that as well for a nose tutorial. So we'll see what happens. And of course, we have to add our highlights and little details for that drop of blood there that's on the face. Which for this, we're going to be using just different shades of red, lighter shades, darker shades. And of course, we're going to go in with that pure white. I kind of overdid it there a bit, but you'll see me going back in to fix it because I just added too much. It should be just like little teeny dots just to show that it's a liquid, a reflective liquid on the face. But yeah, that's an easy fix. I just went over it with some of the red again. And you can actually just wipe off your brush and just pick some of that color up right off of the canvas. Any color you don't like, you just sweep it right off with your brush. So you kind of see me doing that there as well. Yeah, it's fairly easy. So I recommend you guys try that if you've never done something like that as well, just to practice that technique. And then here I'm adding just a little nose, I guess, in the corner, just because it would just seem odd if I just painted the rest of the thing that shade of purple. I just felt like something would be missing there, because in reality there would be a nose in that area. And it's a small sketchbook, so I can't paint the whole nose, but I'll just I sketched this in pretty quickly. It's fairly simple. So the anatomy part of this, I guess the nose, I guess the line of the nose lines up with the corner of the eye. That's kind of just how I figured out where I need to place it, but that's the general rule for portraiture. The corner of the eye lines up with the nose. And here I had to lift up the sketchbook just to get that bottom piece, get that done. And we're pretty much finished there. This was a fairly easy one. If you guys do try it, please do post the picture in the comments, send it to me somehow, post the link or something. I thought this was a pretty fun one to work on. But yeah, next one, I'll post more tutorials. I'll probably do a nose tutorial next, maybe an ear or something. And I hope you guys enjoy this, and please comment. Let me know what else you'd like to see.